Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. Well, blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Oh, blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Oh, blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jeff. Good morning, everyone. And everyone is tuning in this morning via YouTube as we, in support of health and well-being for this community as well as the community beyond, we have canceled all in-person activities here at Unity of Gaithersburg, and that includes our Sunday morning celebration. So thank you for tuning in via YouTube. We are so glad to welcome you still into our sacred space. And we also want to thank John Robbins and Jeff Halverson for being here this morning. Our band is shrunk a little this morning. Jim Goldstein and John Paul are not here this morning. So we're just so grateful for John and Jeff for being here to share some wonderful music with us. And we give thanks for our AV team who came in this morning and the wonderful staff of Vera and Edie. Thank you. So let's just take a deep breath from wherever we are and let's just center in our heart as we move into this time together this morning. So we take another deep breath, and as we breathe consciously, we just feel ourselves settle in and relax and open our heart and mind to be blessed by tuning in here this morning to Unity of Gaithersburg Sunday celebration service. And thank you for tuning in, for your attention and your presence via online makes a difference to this experience. For we are one and there is no separation. And so let us take a moment as we breathe consciously to send love and healing light to each other, to our planet, to everyone who has been impacted by the coronavirus. And we just send them love, we send them healing light, we send them an awareness, we send them an openness to receiving that awareness that they are whole, and that is the foundation of all healing. So we give thanks for this time together. Bless you all. And so it is. Amen. And so now Edie Crane will come up and share some transformational opportunities with you. Come on up, Edie.
So good morning. My name's Edie Crane, and it is my joy to share these informational, transformational opportunities with you. This week's opportunities are detailed in our community newsletter. Receive next week's edition by sharing your email with us. If you'd like to sign up, you can do so on our website. So the first is Unity of Gaithersburg Big Spring Prosperity Fling. Online auction is in full forward gear. We have over 25 donated items towards our 150 item goal. Let's keep the donations flowing. We are accepting new auction items through March 29th. Let your creativity soar. This is such a fun and exciting event that abundantly blesses our spiritual community. Thank you so much for participating. Mark your calendars for our annual Good Friday service on Friday, April 10th at 7 p.m. Come release and let go and prepare to rise in a greater awareness and claiming of your true nature on Easter Sunday. Easter morning will be filled with joy as together we celebrate our inner awakening and the new life of spring. Join us for this very special time here at Unity of Gaithersburg. And let's get a green team together. The Montgomery County Interfaith Alliance for the Chesapeake is having a green team training on Saturday, April 25th at Epworth United Methodist Church in Gaithersburg. That's right up the street here. Let's get a group together to attend and learn how to help our spiritual community develop even more earth-friendly practices. This training is being offered for free, so we'll need to bring at least 3 people. For more information, go to the special events page of our website, and that's where you can sign up. And finally, have you wanted to take a Unity class or 2 to learn and grow spiritually? Our annual Spiritual Education and Enrichment, or SEE Week, is now open. This week is just for you. The registration opened this week. This year, we're offering 8 classes that include Bible interpretation, meditation practices, metaphysics, prosperity, and more. Our amazing faculty will be Reverend Robert Brummett from Kansas City, Reverend Ogun Holder from Massachusetts, Reverend Tony Fish from Frederick, and our own licensed Unity teacher, Jane McCarthy. You don't want to miss this week of learning, reflection, and transformation here at Unity of Gaithersburg. Registration is now live on our website, and the dates are May 31st through June 5th this year. And now, let's center ourselves as we reflect together on today's daily word. Our focus is inner wisdom. And our affirmation, my inner knowing, assures me that all is well. My inner knowing assures me that all is well. Deep within me is a wisdom I want to claim consciously all the time. When I am centered in it, I know my life and the world are in perfect flow. When I am aware of it, there is no room for struggle or stress of any kind. To support this consistent awareness, I pause and make room for my inner knowing to surface. Becoming still, I simply rest my attention on my infinite wholeness and wisdom. I discover my higher self at the core of my being. This discovery brings solace, passion, joy, and a sense of oneness to the forefront of my consciousness. Resting in the silence, I hear and see through the ears and eyes of one who knows what's true beyond external appearances. No matter the circumstances in life, I know this deeply seated and ever available truth. I am divine. We are divine. And all is well. Life is an ever abundant flow. And from Psalms 51, chapter 6. Desire truth in the inward being. Therefore, wisdom in my heart. And let us prepare for meditation by singing All is Well.
As I close my eyes and the world disappears, I can feel my breath rise and fall. There's a light inside that dispels all my fears, and I hear a gentle voice calling. All is well, 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 all is
So let us once again take a deep breath and follow that deep breath with two more deep restoring breaths. And as we breathe deeply, we just settle into the chair or wherever we're seated this morning. And just relax and let go. Feeling our shoulders drop and resting our hands in our lap. We begin to just breathe normally and follow the movement of our breath, moving in and moving out. Just follow the movement of the breath as it enters your body and as it exits your body. Just follow that flow. And just begin to notice as you follow the movement of the breath, if busy thoughts are distracting that focus. And if they are distracting you, just gently, without judgment, return your focus to following the movement of the breath, moving in and moving out. Just be still and allow each thought to sink into the movement of the breath. And allow this focus of the breath to bring your awareness to the present moment. The present moment where the fullness of life is lived. The present moment where we are conscious and we have the ability to tap into the truth of the infinite flow of life that we are, the wisdom that we are. The present moment is right now. And in this moment, we breathe. We're still and we know. And when the world is swirling around us in fear and chaos, when we can breathe and take a moment to be still and present, we can choose to know what is true. We can choose peace. We can choose love and compassion. For those are inherent aspects of our divine nature that can be accessed at any time and in any moment. So when we're feeling afraid or anxious or worried, what is ours to do is to be still and know, I am. In this present moment, I am still, and I know I am. So as we move now into a time of silence, I invite you to continue to breathe consciously into this present moment and to affirm to yourself, I am still, I know, I am in the silence. And so we take a deep breath now. I am still and I know I am. And from that awareness and claiming, we can hold space for our world to also claim and know I am. We can see the flow of our inherent I am nature expressing as wholeness in our world, as health and well-being, as love, as connection, as compassion, peace. And so let us hold that vision in our hearts and in our minds this morning and each moment as we breathe and we know in present moment awareness, I am. And for the I am nature that we are, the truth that sets us free in the midst of whatever is happening around us, we give thanks. Oh, we're so grateful. And so it is. Amen.
I move through my day, feeling light-hearted and carefree, knowing all is well. I move through my day, feeling light-hearted and carefree, knowing all is well. All is well. I move through my day, feeling light-hearted and carefree, knowing all is well. I move through my day, feeling light-hearted and carefree, knowing all is well. All is This is a James Taylor song. Well, the secret of life is enjoying the passage of time. Any fool can do it. There ain't nothing to it. Well, nobody knows how we got to the top of the hill. When we're here for a while, might as well go in style. The secret of love is an opening of your heart. Okay to feel afraid, but don't let that stand in your way. Oh, 'cause everyone knows that love is the only road. And since we're here for a while, might as well show some style. give us a smile. Isn't it a lovely ride? See me gliding down and sliding down. Try not to try too hard, it's just a lovely ride. Now the thing about time is that time isn't really real. All from your point of view. How does it feel for you in there? Einstein said that we could never understand it all. Planets spinning through space, the smile upon your face. Welcome to the human race. Isn't it a lovely ride? Sliding down and gliding down. Try not to try too hard, it's just a lovely ride. Isn't it a lovely ride? See me gliding down and sliding down. Try not to try too hard, it's just a lovely ride. Well, the secret of life is enjoying the passage of time.
Okay, I'm imagining thunderous applause. Yeah. Well, there was a pastor who always used to use the phrase, "It might be worse," when some calamity would come his way. And one day a friend said to him, "I've got something to tell you, and you will not be able to use your favorite phrase. I dreamt last night that I died and went straight to hell." "It might be worse," said the preacher. The man, his friend, came unglued. "Man alive, how could it be worse?" To which the pastor replied, "It might be true." I'm still telling jokes, even though there's no audience. But there is an audience. All right. So today, in light of what's happening around us, it feels appropriate to me to talk about how we want to live in the midst of it. And what do we need to remember? What's really true? And so my fallback when life gets a little bumpy is my favorite author and teacher in Unity, Eric Butterworth. Love Eric Butterworth. And my favorite of his works is In the Flow of Life. And so I thought, how perfect for us to remember these teachings and incorporate them in how we live right now. And so the core teaching of In the Flow of Life is lived from the inside out. Life is lived from the inside out. That the basis of that is that within each of us is an inherent flow of wholeness, infinite life, wisdom, strength, peace, compassion, what Unity calls divine ideas. And they're divine ideas because they're immovable. They're unchanging regardless of the external world. And they are aspects of our true nature. So each of us, regardless of how we practice spirituality, regardless of our creed, our race, who we love, our socioeconomic status, whatever, however way that we have decided in our humanness to separate from each other. Nothing changes this inherent flow that we all are. And as we choose to flow with this flow, what's really amazing is how life, regardless again of what's happening out here, begins to flow with more ease and relief and joy and peace. So when we start to delve into this whole idea that we are this infinite flow, Eric Butterworth says we get to confront the limiting beliefs that we've embodied about life and how life really is for us. And Eric Butterworth says that there's two views of life. And the first being that we're at the mercy of life, that life happens. And I've seen a bumper sticker that says it a little differently, but life happens. And it's hard. Or the second perspective is, wow, life is endless possibilities. And I am here to take them on and to go with life and to see where the amazingness takes me. So, which one are we choosing? Because it feels like right now, and this is just in our humanness, that out here has a lot of power. And that we tend to give the outer world the power to assure us, to have us feel secure and safe. But, right now, when we ask, how are you doing in the midst of all this? Sometimes we say, whatever the story is. And so the opportunity that we have, when we look at how are we navigating this current situation in our world, is to notice where we're looking. Are we looking out here for our answer, or are we looking in here? And are we living in the story? Are we living the knowing? And how resistant are we? And I'm reminded of this story, and I'm sure I've shared it here across the years I've been here, but I felt like it warrants repeating. There were two men who were walking beside a river on their way to a town downstream when a storm broke and a flash flood washed them both into the river. And one man panicked and fought and tried to fight his way back to shore and unfortunately drowned. And the second man realized that the torrent was beyond his control, so he relaxed and surrendered to the best of his ability, letting the river's flow carry him. To his joy and surprise, the river delivered him to the town for which he was headed ahead of schedule of when he was going to walk. So to me, this just illustrates the human condition that when we fight what is and we resist, we make the outer world what's true. We give it the power. And so what Eric Butterworth is inviting us to do is to, as he says, let go of stress and strain. Let go and let the flow. Let go and let the flow. And my mantra, as many of you know, is we got to take it deeper. We got to go deeper than what's happening out here and access this greater truth. Life is lived from the inside out because life in its wholeness is available right here. But the thing is, life is lived from the inside out is the good news and the bad news because life is consciousness. And in Unity, we teach that consciousness is the sum total of our thoughts and our feelings and our beliefs, what we think about life. And so we're seeing an outpicturing of what we think about life right now in our world, right? So the opportunity that we have is that when we recognize that life is lived from the inside out, and we are that flow, the flow is another word for infinite life, for our I am divine nature. And when we can align our thoughts, when we can align our way of being with that truth of the flow that is us, our ability to navigate life's challenges is strengthened. Our trust is deepened. The peace and joy that we feel is enhanced. When we go with life's flow, truly all things are possible. And what does that really take from us is we got to let go of our resistance to what is and the very compelling drama. I came across a scripture that I felt was just perfect for today. It's from Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10. And it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you." And see, metaphysically, the I am nature, you are that I am nature. The I am nature is with you. It can't not be with you because it's what you are. And that I am nature, when we claim it and we live from it and we really know it, we're not going to be dismayed, regardless of what's happening out here. You know, the I am flow, the I am nature that we are is not a thing, it's an essence. It's that pure life, it's wholeness, it's love, it's compassion. And when we truly live from seeing that within ourselves and with other people, life has such an easier and more gentle flow. And renowned poet Robert Browning referred to when we allow the divine flow, the infinite flow that we are to express, as opening out a way whence the imprisoned splendor may escape. I love that. And to me, we've heard this so much here in Unity, but when we say life is lived from the inside out, it's because life is consciousness, folks. Life is consciousness. And so I want to remind us of some fundamental teachings in Unity about our thinking. Your thoughts do not create your life. Your thoughts create your experience of life. Your thoughts do not create wholeness. Wholeness already is. Your thoughts create your experience of wholeness. Your thoughts do not create peace. Peace already is the nature of you and our world. However, your thoughts create your experience of peace in your life. Your thoughts do not create abundance. Abundance already is. Your thoughts create an experience of abundance. So our thoughts, our collective thoughts, create the experience we are currently having in life. And the thing is, we can direct our thoughts, we can align our thoughts with the infinite flow of life that we are. And when we can do that, it helps us so much to release struggle. There's a folklore jungle story that tells how certain monkeys learn to evade capture by letting go versus resisting. And you might have heard this story before. Hunters would put some nuts in a glass jar with the rim smaller than the base. And so an unconscious monkey would reach into the jar and grab the nuts, but because his hand holding the nuts was too large to fit through the jar's rim, he would stand there and struggle and be captured. But the conscious monkeys didn't reach into the jar at all. They would open up the palm of one hand and with the other tilt the jar toward them so the nuts fell right out into their open hand. No struggle, and they won the prize. I love that. We let go. We let go, and we go with the flow. I think this is a great example, folks, of staying conscious, staying aware and allowing the flow, letting go of struggle and strain, letting go as best we can right now of our fear, and holding our center, holding our knowing of the truth that we are the infinite flow. We are the divine. We are the I am, folks. That is the truth of us. It's the truth of every one of us. It's the truth of our world, regardless of what's happening right now. And so I think what's happening right now is a strong invitation for us to know this truth. And so what I'm going to invite us all to do this week is to spend more time being still. Peace, be still, breathe, get still, and breathe into any anxious or worried or concerned thoughts that you have. And to the best of your ability, just release resistance and call forth an awareness of the infinite flow that you are. And picture in your mind's eye this infinite flow flowing in your life, flowing for your neighbor, flowing for our planet, our spiritual community. See this radiant flow that you are just radiating out. And of course, as you see it radiating out, it's also blessing every cell of your being. And notice how much more peaceful you feel, less anxious, less worried. Because, as we center and as we claim that infinite flow that we are, it doesn't create space for the drama. What it does is it shifts our lens to possibility, to peace, to claiming wholeness for our world. And so what I'm also going to recommend for us this week, if you're social distancing right now, to spend time in nature as much as you can. If there's ever an expression of the infinite flow of life, it is nature, and especially right now in springtime. Let it nurture you. Let it support you in claiming the flow. And to remember that in this time of social distancing, that we're not separate from each other, folks. We are all this flow, and I just recommend that allow this to be a time where you connect even more deeply. There's something about, not being in each other's physical presence. It calls us to go deeper and to feel ourselves connected with each other because we are this flow. And when you feel, the energy of someone that you love, pick up the phone and call them or text them or email them. Stay connected to each other and get creative in how we can connect. And wash your hands. So, folks, let's just remember. Let's just breathe. Be still and know, I am the flow. Let's just repeat that. Be still and know, I am the flow. Be still and know, I am the flow. Bless you all. Let's affirm. I let go of stress and strain and allow my life to flow. I live life from the inside out. And so it is.
And now it's time to give from our unlimited abundance and open hearts. And for those of you who are joining us, all of you who are joining us via YouTube, we have the text to give number as well listed on the slide. So here is some prosperity wisdom from In the Flow of Life by Eric Butterworth. When we think about abundance, we are synchronized with the flow of abundance. We do not create it, nor do we start or stop the flow. We simply accept it, giving our consent to its natural flow. That is what God really is. And as we each give, we affirm our offering blessing together. Divine love, I am, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am so grateful.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, I say it's all right. It's all right.
Well, thank you for joining us today here at Unity of Gaithersburg. We are so blessed by your presence. And so now, if you're at home with others or just by yourself, please join us as we sing our peace song. And before we sing our peace song, I just want to remind you that normally we have prayer chaplains here to support the prayer process if you have a prayer request. But if you have a prayer request and you would like for us to hold that with you, please feel free to leave that prayer request on our website, and we will hold it with you for 30 days and then send it to Silent Unity. Bless you all. Let's join together and sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God each other in perfect harmony.
Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take,
Let this be my joyous vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Light of God surrounds us. The love of God
enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us, and wherever we are,
God is and all is well. Amen. Amen.
Have a beautiful week, being still and going with the flow. Bless you all.